Hello guys from Hanover, the capital of Lower Saxony in Germany. It's a beautiful day, and this morning I am taking a trip through the city down that kind of way towards the new town hall. Now some people ask me, when you get to where you're going, do you see much of the area or the place, the city, whatever? And yeah, sometimes I do. And the new town hall here in Hanover has got a really unique elevator, believe it or not. It's the only one in the world that kind of goes up on a bit of a curved incline, and it's inside the dome. So yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to this really. It's a bit of an odd one. We're going to head down there and see what it's like, and I will speak to you again on the way. I'd never been to Hanover before, and the first quandary I had when editing this video was whether to spell it with two N's or one N. Now, I'm going to use two, as I believe that's the German spelling, and that's how the local tourist board spell it too. And so, like I said, Hanover is the capital of Lower Saxony with a population of just over 500,000. It is the 13th largest city in Germany. If you're arriving here by train, Hanover New Town Hall is about a 1 mile walk away through the city, and quite a bit of it is pedestrianised, as you can see here. The first impressions for me were, really nice. Do you know what? It makes such a difference being able to walk safely through the streets without the constant noise or potential interruption of traffic. I'll tell you what, my sense of direction these days is just like awful. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning. Now the elevator opens at 9:30, I think, so hopefully I can get there and be one of the first to ride it, all being well anyway. But there's some fantastic buildings around. Look at this. Pretty impressive, isn't it? And the new town hall is supposed to be really impressive, and incidentally it is the only town hall in the whole of Germany, I believe, that has a domed roof. So yeah, we're not far away from it now. We'll just head around the side of this building and hopefully we'll see it in a little bit more clarity. Now you may have noticed that we're following a red line on the pavement, and that is like one of these sort of tourist information things that they've done. They put a line around the city's major attractions, and you just follow the line, walk along it. It disappears over there underneath that van, and look at that. And then it takes you around all the sites. And there was something similar in Boston, actually. I remember doing one in Boston, and that was really good. And it's free, of course, so you just take your time and you follow it around. Right, where am I? Now, I don't speak German, I certainly can't translate that, but the very mention of 1943 would say to me that this church was partially destroyed by bombing raids in the Second World War. Let me know what it says if you can translate it for me. I'd be interested to know. Yeah, I was able to wander inside where a solitary cross now stands at the far end. It was completely destroyed by aerial bombing raids that began on the 8th of October 1943 that ultimately wiped out 90% of the city centre and killed 6,782 people, mainly civilians, in the process. It's a stark reminder of the horrors of war, isn't it? And that will be further illustrated when we go inside the new town hall in a short while. Right then guys, we are back on the red line, and yeah, this is leading us to the new town hall, and I think you will agree that is pretty impressive, isn't it? Yeah, I can't wait to get up there. Looks like we're able to cross, so let's go. They're back with the traffic now, unfortunately, but yeah, the new town hall is an impressive sight on the other side of the road. You can clearly see the domed roof of the central tower from here, and we will actually end up above that, looking out from the circular balcony. You can just make out at the top, and I tell you what, the views from there are pretty impressive. Yes, we're just going to get over the road now. We'll get inside and see what the situation is. Hopefully it's open. Pay the money, and I'll let you know how much that is in a bit. And then, yeah, we'll get on up there. Okay, well, I guess we'll go and ask somebody. We'll have a little look inside. Yeah, I was surprised really that in this day and age I could just walk up to the front door and wander into what was a fantastic lobby area. I mean, look at the walls and ceiling here, mightily impressive. And yeah, I just asked the guy at the ticket desk and he was like, well, you know, we're going to be open in a few minutes, so just go and have a bit of a wander round. Yeah, and so I did. And I'm walking into the central hall, I guess you could call it. And yeah, what an amazing area this was. It felt absolutely massive inside. Wow, I tell you what, it's pretty impressive, this place, isn't it? What a town hall. I'm 10 minutes early. So I just spoke to the chap there who sells the tickets, and he said, yeah, just have a look around for 10 minutes and go back. And yeah, no, I read somewhere that the town hall has like four models of the city, and yeah, you can see them here. Okay, so this one is 1945. So just well, I'm assuming that's just after the Second World War, because look at the amount of devastation there. Absolutely frightening, isn't it, that? And obviously a lot of work was done after the war to rebuild the city. Now I wonder, yeah, there are other models. So if we look at this one over here, this is presumably from a later date. There we go. So yeah, well, pretty much present day then, I would assume. The main railway station there, and the tower. I can't remember what that's called now. I wouldn't mind going up there. And there you go. So yeah, 1939, the start of the Second World War. Obviously a lot more intact, wasn't it? Just terrible really, isn't that? It just brings home to you the devastation that war can cause. Look at this in 1689 in a lot smaller place, isn't it? No less attractive though. I wonder if any of the old city walls still exist. Right, so we're off. You can take a conventional elevator, or you can take the stairs. The stairs are more interesting, aren't they? Come on. When I went back to the ticket counter, I was surprised to see that instead of loads of tourists excitedly waiting for it to open, there was no one. That was brilliant, I thought. So I paid my money, €4 it cost me, and here I was, making my way up to the second floor. Now I paused for a minute just to take in the views once more. They really were impressive, weren't they? And then, after getting slightly lost, I followed signs for the third floor, which eventually took me outside and across a walkway to the foot of the central dome and the elevator itself. I think this is the way. Right, a bit of a diversion because I didn't understand how the signage worked. And we're outside, and then we've got to go inside again. See this gentleman at the top of the stairs who's going to hopefully take us up, right up to the top. Somewhere up there, I think. Go and have a look.
Kannst du oben
Wow, look
Ja.
at that.
und unten auch Fußboden. Ja, probieren.
Applause.
Ja. Ist okay, ne? Das ist
That's that close.
Exit Door.
Yeah.
Exit Door, ja.
Wow, and that's as close as we are to the wall.
Ja. Dann
Right, thank you. Guys, look at that. So you can see the curve as we go up. And then the floor is actually on a slight angle. When it's at the bottom, it's at an angle. Now when we go around the curve, as you can see here, it almost levels up. And then you can see by the track there, can you see it's all a bit kind of, well, the technical term is probably not wibbly wobbly, but you get to know what I mean as we get closer to the top. It's fascinating, isn't it? Look at the angles in the lift. And there we can see, right down there beneath us, and then there's a sign here telling you how far we've climbed. It's not that far to the top, I suppose. It's just coming up to, we're coming up to the top now, and it's what, it's 42 metres. It looks like it's leaning over, but the floor's actually quite level. Let's go out and see what we can find. I feel quite lucky and privileged actually, because I'm the first person of the day, I think, and so there's nobody else here. And if I can feel the wind now, so if I climb this spiral staircase, it's nice and cool actually. So I initially made my way onto the balcony, one floor down from the very top of the tower. There are better unrestricted views from here, as you will see in a moment. And looking over the balcony wall, you can see the dome we've just travelled inside, and the many other roofs and towers of the new town hall. We're around 320 feet or 97 metres above the ground at this point, and on a clear day you can see the Harz Mountains, if you know where to look. And I've been there before actually, up to the Brocken, and yeah, there's some fantastic steam railways in that part of the world too. Now looking to what I guess is the rear of the town hall, you have the Mash Park in the foreground, and the more extensive parklands and lakes of the Mash Sea beyond that. And to the right of that is the Heinz von Heiden Arena, which is home to Bundesliga side Hanover 96, and that has a capacity of just under 50,000. Then the large building overlooking the lake here is the Landesmuseum, where you will find your art and history. And then we're back looking north again across the city centre, where you can look back on the market church we saw earlier, the old town centre, and beyond that the VW Tower, which tells you pretty much where the railway station is. There is loads more to see here, and lots more places that I could attempt to pronounce badly, but it was time to make my way right to the top of the tower now, where after taking in the views for a final time, I just paused for a minute to sum up the experience. Yeah, I've never been to Hanover before, but this is travel, isn't it? It's all about exploring new places and finding out what's around. Who would have thought that this elevator I've just travelled on is the only one of its kind in the world? But I'm going to explore a little bit more of the city, so I hope you enjoyed that. Please leave me a like, comment below if you've tried it, or if you haven't, or if you'd like to. That would be really useful. Thank you very much, guys. I shall catch you on another adventure soon, and as always, cheers for now.